Okay, I know I say this a lot, but this video I'm very, very excited about. I've been trying to make this video for over 6 months now. Finally, I get to show you my pedal board for 2023. Let's get it! I should probably start off by explaining why it's taken me so long to get this pedal board out to you. There were a few snags along the way that stopped me from being able to complete this pedal board. This is the final product of it now, and I'm just so excited to show it to you. Now, this is going to be kind of a lengthy video because I want to do two things here. First, I want to explain the pedal board and its chain and how it's all wired up. Then I want to play through it without any words. So if you're not interested in hearing what the pedals are and the order in which they're set up, then I would say skip to this timestamp that I'm going to put somewhere on the screen right here so that you could just hear me play through the pedal board without any words, and you could finally hear what this thing actually sounds like. But if you want to hear about some of the details of the pedal board itself, stick around. We're going to talk about it right now. So this is the pedal board as it stands right now for 2023. The entire pedal board is sitting on a Rockboard 3.0. Mounted underneath the pedal board, we have the True Tone One Spot Pro CS12. It's even powering the HX Stomp. I also have a mini patch bay mounted underneath the board, and both the patch bay and power supply are easily accessible via the cutout on the Rockboard 3.0. The first pedal in the single chain is the TC Electronics Polytune Mini North 3 with the Bonafide buffer in it. It's quite the name. From there, we go up to the Electro Harmonics Pitchfork. That then goes into the Jackson Audio Bloom pedal. That is the compressor. It's a 3-in-1. The left switch is the compression. The right switch is the bloom, which is like a boost, and then stomping on the two switches together activates the middle light, which is already on, and that is the EQ. Then we go into the first real change of the pedal board, and that is the Jackson Audio Golden Boy. This is the Chase Bliss Mood pedal. They sent this over to me, and it's a wild pedal, but I really, really love it. We then go into the Walrus Audio Julia for my vibrato / chorus. Then we go into the Dunlop Mini Volume pedal. Then from the volume pedal, we go into the HX Stomp. The HX Stomp is doing a lot for me. First of all, on the input, I have a very, very light noise gate to help with some of the 60 cycle hum. Then I go into the AC Fawn amp for my Vox style tones, a Live Ready Sound IR, a 10-band EQ. Then I go into the transistor tape delay set at a dotted eighth delay, which is accessible via this switch right here. Then the dynamic hall reverb accessible via this switch right here. And then the glitz reverb accessible via this switch right here. That takes us out of the HX Stomp and back onto the board into this pedal right here. This is the Atmosphere pedal by Aerospace. It allows me to play pads and choose the key of those pads. As you can see, I can go to F sharp, I can go back to G, and I can switch the pads very easily to the various pads that they have to offer. That then goes into the Saturn Works volume knob that's right here. And it's just there for a fail switch, like a safety if I have to just for whatever reason suddenly lower the pads. It goes into the HX Stomp via the effects loop return only, essentially making it an aux in. It is unorthodox because technically this is not a guitar pedal. It simply operates like one, but it can't go into a signal chain. So it's important that you know how to set this up if you're going to do something like this, and the HX Stomp allows me to do that. That brings us over to this section of the pedal board, and this is the MIDI controllable section. First of all, this pedal right here by Pedalnetics, this is a front aux 6 that is made specifically for the Morningstar MC6. By the way, am I fuming mad that they created the new Morningstar MC6 after I already got this one dialed in? Absolutely I am, but that's okay. Anyway, this is the pedal that started it off for me because it gave me more space. I'm only communicating to two pedals via MIDI at the moment, and that is the Golden Boy and the HX Stomp. So I have it set up sort of like a loop switcher for the Golden Boy. That's how I'm able to get so many tones out of just one overdrive. I'll manually turn the Golden Boy on really quickly. As you can see, my clean sound basically will always turn the overdrive off no matter in what position it actually is. So check it out. Boom, turns the overdrive right off. Gain 1 turns on the blue overdrive. Gain 2 turns on the magenta overdrive. Gain 3 turns on the green overdrive. Then solo keeps the green overdrive on and adds the green boost. The rest of the switches are dedicated to the HX Stomp. This tempo switch allows me to send tempo information via MIDI clock to the HX Stomp, and the last three buttons are dedicated to the snapshots in the HX Stomp. What I actually do is I add levels of ambience, so I alter the level and decay of my reverbs, and it just goes more ambient and more ambient. So snapshot 1 is my always on, which is currently on at the moment. Snapshot 2 is my ambient sound, so I can still play chords on this. It's just a lot more ambient heavy, a lot more reverb and decay. Then snapshot 3 is it goes extremely heavy, and that's where I really only use it for swells. All right, so that's the pedal board. That's how it's wired up. Let's finally hear some tones. Well, there you have it. That's the 2023 pedal board. I'm very excited about it. I'm loving the tones that I'm getting from it. I've been working on an album, and I've been recording a whole lot of guitar. And so this pedal board has definitely been through various stages to get me the best tones, specifically for what I'm doing here now on a weekly basis. And I gotta tell you, it's doing the job, and it's doing it very well. Some surprises are pedals like the Mood. I didn't think that I would have a pedal like this on my pedal board, but I wanted something kind of funky now that the space opened up, and that pedal definitely fits the bill. Not to mention the Golden Boy, that's a change for me as well, a more transparent style drive versus a more tube screamer thing like I would normally use. Now, this isn't a sponsored video, but there are a lot of pedals that were sent to me for free, so I want to shout some of these companies out. First of all, I want to shout out my boy Kevin for NTPL Worship. He's the one who hooked me up with the Golden Boy. Chase Bliss for sending me over their Mood pedal. Pedalnetics for sending me the front aux 6. I blame you for forcing me to change my entire rig around because you made it possible. The Aerospace people, you have been so kind to me. Thank you for this Atmosphere pedal. It's my favorite pedal right now for sure, hands down. And I also want to shout out a company that doesn't get enough credit from me, that has literally been featured in every video, but we never talk about it, and that's my cables. Runway Audio. They have taken care of me. They sent me multiple cables, multiple instrument cables. I'm so thankful for them. Thank you, guys. That wraps up this year's pedal board run through. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments section below. If I get enough questions or enough repetitive questions or interesting questions, I may just make a part 2 to this video, like a frequently asked question type of video. While you're down there, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell notification icon so you get alert every single time I upload a video. Thanks so much for watching, and until next week.